Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live stream from Sports Life. Just got done watching some John Boy doing live Tampa Bay Houston coverage, but now we are here, the Dodgers and the Braves, game 4, pivotal game. It looks good on paper for the Dodgers, but you still got to go out and play it. If the Dodgers somehow slip up and lose this game, it could very much be lights out for Los Angeles. So hopefully the pressure's not too horrible. Hopefully Kershaw's back is doing okay. So now we are just a few minutes from first pitch, as Joe Buck's looking like he's going through a midlife crisis with that hair dye job, whatever that is. But really for Atlanta, when it comes down to facing Kershaw today, they need to get Albies going and they need to get Ozuna going. Last night I thought Ozuna was going to be the guy for them offensively, but he has disappeared. So also the storyline that we're looking at for the LA Dodgers, how deep can Kershaw go? How well is his back? Is it going to aggravate at any point during the game? But if you look at Fox Sports, if you have Fox Sports or FS1, the wind is just brutal right now. So that may play into the offense here tonight with the roof open. The ballpark does play pretty big, but you did see what happens when the roof is open and the wind does tend to play a role. So same lineup for the Atlanta Braves tonight. A couple of changes for the Dodgers as they've pushed Turner back to third base and Chris Taylor getting the night off. Good move. He hadn't been hitting the ball well in this series, so I like that move by LA. The Rays and the Astros are tied now in the top half of the 8th inning. I just turned away. It was 3-2, so maybe I was just their bad luck charm. So Bryse Wilson warming up in the bullpen right now. As we get a look at Corey Seager, he'll be batting second tonight behind Mookie Betts, who will be batting first and playing right field. Corey Seager playing shortstop, batting second. Turner playing third base and batting third. Max Muncy playing first base and batting fourth. Jock Peterson moving up here in the lineup, batting fifth and playing left field. Cody Bellinger playing center field, batting sixth. Edwin Rios still in the lineup. Had that big home run in the first inning yesterday. He's going to be batting seventh tonight and DHing. Kike Hernandez back in the starting lineup for the first time since game 1, playing second base. And Austin Barnes will be behind the plate, spelling Will Smith for a night, as he had a long night last night, batting ninth. And of course on the mound, Clayton Kershaw. We know he's 2-0 in the postseason. We know that was against the Brewers and I forgot who else they played, the Padres. So he's had a good test against San Diego, not so much against Milwaukee. Another big test for him tonight. For Atlanta, Ronald Acuna Jr. Batting first, playing right field, batting 111. Really needs to get going this series if the Braves are to have a chance to keep this lead. Freddie Freeman batting second, playing first base. Marcell Ozuna kind of in the same spot Acuna Jr. is right now, batting 154. Got to get on it, batting third. Travis d'Arnaud hitting 125 right now, batting fourth. Ozzy Albies will be batting from the right side, playing second base, batting fifth. Dansby Swanson playing shortstop, batting sixth. Austin Riley, his hits have come few and far between, but when they happen, they count pretty well. So he'll be playing left field and batting 7th. Johan Camargo, once again with a lefty in the lineup, will be batting 8th and playing 3rd base. That pushes Riley to the outfield and giving Markakis another night off because of the potential lefty-lefty matchup. And Christian Patchy playing center field and batting 9th. Hit his first career home run last night in the LCS. It was a bomb, but really didn't make much of a difference as it made it, I think it was 13-1 at that point. Just getting ready for them to tell us that we're ready to play, and we'll light this scoreboard up. And Dodgers, please don't score another 11 runs in the first. And it's not because I'm a Braves fan, it's because I only have up to 9 runs to put in 1 inning slot. Can we not just space it out? I mean, score 5 in the first and 6 in the second. You know, try not to make me look like a fool and I don't know what I'm talking about here. Top 8, the Rays and the Astros. Runner on first, nobody out, as Manuel Margot singles to center field. And the Rays tied it on a Ji-Man Choi home run in the 8th inning. That's got to be a killer for the Astros, as they're still waiting to get the game underway here in Arlington. They're showing college football highlights. That'll be fun tomorrow, watching the Georgia and Alabama, seeing how Alabama responds without having Nick Saban on the sideline. But we are not here for that. We are not here for the college football right now. We're not here for the Rays, especially since Wendell hit into a double play. Alright, Mookie Betts warming up in the on-deck circle. That means we're about to get ready to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Game 4 of the NLCS underway. Batting order once again is Betts, Seager, Turner. And then if anybody gets on, you'll have Muncy. Lord knows we need to see another grand slam from Max Muncy today. Key to Bryse Wilson, don't miss your spots. You miss your spots against this Dodgers lineup, they're going to hurt you. First pitch of the ball game to Mookie Betts is up high, ball 1. Wilson can really bring some heat though. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, swung on, hit high and deep to left, but not deep enough as Patchy calls off Riley to make the catch, 1 down. So a little bit of a different start here to game 1 as opposed to last night when Betts beat out the grounder that Camargo could not field in time. Honestly, it was going to be a tough play anyways. It was deep in the hole. As we get a look of Wilson on the mound, first pitch is called strike to Seager, 0-1. Hopefully we'll have a better audience today, because you know, a 11-run first inning will kind of take the drama out of everything. There's a bouncer right back to the mound. Wilson to first, 2 down. So this is kind of what we've been hoping to see out of Bryse Wilson as he gets 2 quick outs. My thinking is if he can hold, at least go 4-5 innings, set up for that bullpen, the Braves would be in good shape, but you've got that monster that we call Clayton Kershaw on the other end. I'm not a believer in the Kershaw curse because you got to give him a little bit of a break because of what happened in 2017 and 2018 with the Astros and the Red Sox kind of tipping off his pitches. The first pitch to Justin Turner is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Wilson was kind of up and down. I mean, 7 career starts, first career postseason start. Really had a problem with walks during the regular season as Justin Turner swings and misses. Check swing. If he can get out of this inning with a pitch count under 10, then you have to say that would be a win for the Atlanta Braves right here. It's all about momentum right now. As Wilson goes into the wind, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Slider fouled back, still 0-2. Kyle Wright looking on. Kyle Wright could be your Game 5 starter because he did not throw that many pitches as the 0-2 pitch comes to Turner way high. That is ball 1. Wilson again looking for the sign. Here's the wind, and here comes the 1-2 pitch as Turner swings and misses. Strike 3. So Bryse Wilson with a promising start for the Atlanta Braves, and now we get to see Kyle. I got Kyle right on my mind. We get to see Clayton Kershaw here in the bottom of the first. Let's see how his back is, guys. If you guys are ever looking to do a stream like this, definitely go to PCScoreboards.com. They got a great selection of scoreboards, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, even cricket. I think cricket. It really gives a professional look. Scoreboards are very easy to control. Of course, it will cost you a monthly fee or a lifetime fee. One time, whether it be for just 1 month or for a lifetime. Thought I'd give those guys a plug because they do a really good job for me. Alright guys, what do you got? Who's winning this thing? After seeing Bryse Wilson and after scoring 11 in the first inning yesterday, the Dodgers put up 0 against Wilson. 1, 2, 3, only 8 pitches. I mean, has that changed y'all's outlook for this game? Is it now on the offense to provide for Kershaw, or is it because the Braves could easily score 1 or 2 runs and make this an interesting game, put a lot of pressure on the Dodgers here? And if you're going to get Kershaw, you're going to have to get him early. Because if he settles in, he can go 8 innings and give that bullpen a rest and really turn this series around for the Dodgers in more than one way. As Ronald Acuna knocks the donut off the bat, and he is ready to step into the batter's box here. Acuna, as of late, has been really bad about swinging first pitch, not really showing much patience to start off a game. But your starting lineup is going to be Acuna, Freeman, Ozuna, and then if anybody gets on, Travis d'Arnaud, Albie, Swanson, Riley, Camargo, and Patchy. So this is a different look for the bottom third of the order for them as compared to games 1 and 2. As Kershaw takes the mound, you can see the wind just blowing his hair, man. My goodness, what is the wind like there right now? This could play a factor here in this ball game. It looks like the wind's blowing at a good 15 miles an hour, maybe 20. It could be playing tricks if the ball gets up into the air. As Acuna swings, it sends a fly ball to left field on the run. Can't get it. Base hit. Peterson couldn't track it down. So Ronald Acuna is on first, and of course, aggressive again. First pitch swinging. that brings up Freddie Freeman, the only left-handed hitter in the lineup right now for the Atlanta Braves. Like I said, you got to get to him early, so let's see what happens. First pitch to Freeman, outside corner, strike one. Freeman back into the box. Here's a stretch by Kershaw with the funky delivery and check throw over to first. So we'll do it again. Kershaw into the long stretch, sets and deals, ball low, 1-1. Freddie Freeman, very capable of hitting lefties right now. As Kershaw once again gets into the stretch. Here is the 1-1 pitch to Freeman. Outside, ball 2. Kershaw working himself into a little bit of a jam here. Behind 2-1 on Freeman. Runner on first, nobody out. I always want to say Roberto Ozuna, but Marcell Ozuna on deck. As time called as Austin Barnes goes out to the mound to talk with Kershaw. As the Fox team is looking around the ballpark as the wind is just blowing. The American flag banners, the American flag on the roof there, getting tossed around really nice. As Freddie Freeman steps back in, Kershaw into the stretch. Here's the pitch, swung on and popped up down the third base line. Giving chase is Justin Turner over towards the dugout, and it's in the seats. So we're now at an account of 2-2. Freddie Freeman blinking like he's got something in his eyes. Maybe got a case of dry eyes with the wind blowing the way that it is right now. As Kershaw once again gets into the stretch. Big pitch right here for him. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him. Freddie chased the fastball outside, and just like that, Kershaw's got his first out of the inning. Stepping up now is Marcell Ozuna. As Kershaw gets into his windup, or in the stretch rather. The stretch looks like a windup, and the pitch is swung on and missed. 89 miles an hour, down and in. Kershaw working the corners pretty well. Really hasn't showcased that big curveball yet. Checks out Acuna at first and delivers the 0-1 pitch, and there is that nice little curveball. Ozuna swings and misses. 0-2. Kershaw playing in his own backyard technically, out of Highland Park, Texas. Him and Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford was actually his catcher in baseball as he throws over to first to check on Acuna. And Clayton Kershaw was actually Matthew Stafford's center in high school football. So a good connection between those two. As Stafford now plays for the Lions. Here's a stretch by Kershaw. The 0-2 pitch, and instead goes to first. get that Andy Pettitte sidestep going. Nobody in the game could do it better than Andy Pettitte. Here's the stretch again by Kershaw. The 0-2 pitch to Ozuna on the inside corner. Call the ball. Ozuna taking a look back at Austin Barnes as if Austin was talking to him. Getting his practice swing down a little bit as Kershaw looks in for the sign. Gets back into the stretch. Here it comes. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball swung in right to third, Turner to second, Kike Hernandez to first, and the inning is over. Double play. Just like that. Out of a jam. So no runs, one hit, no errors, and nobody left. This could be a pitcher's duel. Let's see what Bryse Wilson has here in the second. I tell you what, they really need to do something with Ozuna. He's really struggling right now, and it doesn't help that he's got a man like Clayton Kershaw on the mound having to face him. But I think Braves fans are starting to settle down a little bit when they see the first inning that Wilson put up, because we were fearing maybe the Dodgers are going to put up 3 to start the game against a pitcher who hasn't settled in. But by the way that Bryse Wilson pitched in the first inning, he may go 5 innings, 5 or 6. I know they're talking about, you know, he can only see each hitter one time, but that bullpen does need some rest, especially if they go into tomorrow not knowing who's going to be their starting pitcher, and they may have to go to a bullpen game. And if you're Atlanta, do you want to go in with a fresh bullpen against Derek May on a 2-2 series? I mean, you still got to like your chances on that. And you still like the chances that you're only going to see Kershaw for 1 game out of this series because they had to push him back. And that's why I don't buy this crap about the conspiracy about how they faked a back injury so they could push him back to use whatever guy they wanted to use in Game 3. Or in Game 2, rather. I mean, if you pitch Kershaw in Game 2, you're going to see him again in this series. And you'd rather have 2 outings from Kershaw as opposed to just 1 and then Gonsolin maybe once or twice. So that's exactly why I don't buy it. The Dodgers would not sabotage themselves like that. I do believe that there was a legitimate issue with him. All you gotta do is think about it. Just ask yourself questions as to why the Dodgers would do that intentionally, and you'll come up with the answer pretty quickly that no, they would not do that. And at the same token, they still wouldn't go, you know, with an idea that, you know, not starting them in Game 3 either, that they would hand them the ball with the possibility of them being down 3-0. So it just didn't make sense to me. Bryse Wilson, all the other Braves pitchers this series have either thrown 28 or 29 pitches in the first inning. Bryse Wilson only threw 9. This wind is acting crazy. Here comes Max Muncy stepping up to the plate as Wilson gets his sign, the wind, and the first pitch is on the inside corner, strike 1. Wilson's looking fresh. It looks like he's hitting his spots. Muncy up to 231 this postseason now. After the last couple of games, he's starting to see the ball better. Swung on and missed 0-2. Took something off it, and Muncy went upstairs. Couldn't catch up to it. Muncy calling time, stepping out of the box. It's looking like the dust is playing a role here as the wind is kicking this dirt up into Muncy's eyes right now as he's taking a step out to wipe. back into the batter's box. Here comes the stretch, or the wind, and the 0-2 pitch is up high. So wind could be a factor here with the hitters. That it may not be, you know, any pitcher doing this. This just could be an act of God simmering these, or not the word for it, as once he takes strike 3 on the inside corner. What a spot. But yeah, Freddie Freeman was having the same issues too, you know, kind of wiping his eyes. So obviously it's already causing issues with these offenses. So yeah, it could be an act of God. As Freddie is wearing goggles now. He's wearing his glasses at first base, shielding the wind and the dust with his glove. I mean, I figured you'd have a roofed stadium for a reason, so if the weather was becoming an issue, you can close the roof. Anyways, here's the first pitch to Peterson, up high, ball 1. But what do I know? Peterson getting up in the count. Wind by Wilson. Here comes the pitch. Is swung on, hit high in the air to center field. Patchy is under it, waiting for it, and he's got it. So 2 out already here in the second inning. Could Bryse Wilson get out of 2 innings with less pitches than what the Braves threw in 1 inning the past 3 games? As they show the replays now, even Acuna was having issues in the first inning, and now Acuna is wearing goggles. Again, close the roof. If the wind is that much of a problem, close the roof. Why is the roof open if the weather's going to be a factor like that? Stretching the pitch to Bellinger. Waved at it and missed 0-1. Bellinger was looking for the bomb right there. Trying to go deep on Wilson. But Wilson's got some fast stuff. I mean, well, Wilson's looking like he's confident out there right now. As he's in the wind, here comes the 0-1 to Bellinger. Ooh, up high. Called the ball, but it looked like from Fox's stat tracks it was in the zone. But then again, the umpires, you know, have the final say on that. They've got their own zone as Wilson gets back into the windup. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Bellinger pops it up. Dansby having trouble, and makes the catch, and the inning is over. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. He's at 17 pitches. He's through 2. Last night, Kyle Wright threw 29 and couldn't get through 1, or 28. This could be the game the Braves needed, and it's honestly, is it Wilson or is this aided by Mother Nature? Are they not seeing the ball? Because the wind does look like it's blowing in their face. And if you are the Dodgers and you revert back to scoring no runs here and being held to 1-2 runs for the entire game, now you put the pressure back on Kershaw, and if you lose this game in a manner like that, then your offense, the momentum you've gained in Game 3, is out the window. But then again, the wind's going to be working in Kershaw's favor too, which makes him doubly dangerous. course, with Taylor and Will Smith out of the lineup, the Dodgers aren't really working with their main guys. So there's gonna be a lot of pressure to put on Barnes and to put on Rios there at the bottom of the order. Rios went 1 for 5, I believe, yesterday, but that one hit was a home run that helped them get on the board early. But tonight is a big difference when instead of your 8th place hitter batting in the first inning yesterday, he's now hitting in the 3rd inning today, so that's saying something about the effectiveness of Bryse Wilson early on. As we're going to look over here to we're at the top of the 9th in San Diego. Rays and Astros tied 3-3, but Tampa Bay is threatening. They got a runner on with 1 out. As d'Arnaud steps into the box here in Arlington, the first pitch is down low, ball 1. Corey Blazer behind home plate. Swung on, popped up, out of play. As the trainer for the Braves is looking at Freddie Freeman, giving him some nice eye drops there. Let's see. Swung on down the first base line, but foul. Whoops. I don't know why I'm doing that. As Kershaw's sleeves flap in the wind along with his long hair, he kicks dirt around on the mound, steps on the rubber, and now waits his sign. Gotta think a curveball's coming here. And he steps off. As d'Arnaud's now having issues. Boy, this is going to be a real messy game. Kershaw back on the mound, the wind. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Curveball in the dirt, but laid off. They now have a 3-2 count on him now, okay. So far the back's looking good as that curveball's got a lot of bite to it, but d'Arnaud not biting. Back on the hill, here's the stretch. He's calling for the off speed, the 3-2 pitch, and d'Arnaud swings, sends a ground ball to third. Justin Turner fields, throws, got him. Great play by Turner with the quick stop there. And quick. We were talking about this on John Boy Media as they were covering the Rays and Astros game, just the art of fielding the ball barehanded and how that is, you know, more looked up upon than a running catch. But when you think about that, as Kershaw gets back on the mound, calls time, Albies calls time rather. When you think about that, just the picking up the ball with the bare hand and throwing across your body at the same time as Albies swings and sends, actually doesn't send it anywhere, that's a strike. Just how you have to coordinate it, pick it up with your bare hand, by your plant foot, and throw across your body across the diamond. That's pretty much why the running catch is more underrated as Albies takes a ball. And that's why it's more overrated for a running catch as compared to a barehanded catch as Albies swings and misses the curveball. It's 1 and 2. So for the first 2 innings at this point, Kershaw looking sharp. Bryse Wilson matching him pitch for pitch, believe it or not. As Albies swings, it's a little chopper to third. This time he can't make the play as Turner has a kick out of his glove into the glove of Seager. and they're just going to hang on to it. So Albies is at first. That should be ruled a hit. I don't know if Turner would have had enough time to throw him out. So for the second inning in a row, the Braves have a runner on first with a chance to score, as the replay shows that the ball kicked off of Turner's glove off the heel towards the pinky side. Okay, it will be scored a hit, so we will add that to the hit column. As Dansby Swanson takes his cuts. Dan's better take a pitch here, honestly. Gotta feel him out as he takes one low, ball one. Kershaw at 21 pitches right now. Goes into the stretch, which takes about 30 seconds. And the 1-0 pitch to Swanson is on the inside corner, strike one, fastball. Kershaw's not going to blow you away with anything, but with the way that he changes your eye level, he mixes speeds fantastically, and he's got that curveball that you just can't hit. As he gets into the stretch here, the 1-1 pitch to Swanson is a curveball and the dirt ball too. I don't think this was part of the game plan or what anybody saw. Wilson and Kershaw matching each other right now. I do think that the weather does have a lot to do with this, as the wind still is wreaking havoc with the batters. I don't know if it was the Braves' choice to keep the roof open tonight, since they are the home team, since they have control over the field. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. So maybe this was a ploy by Atlanta to kind of throw the Dodgers off their game, knowing that the weather was going to be a factor, and knowing that they needed all the help that they could get in this ball game. You never know. Baseball player, baseball, you look for every little advantage you can. As Kershaw once again gets into the stretch, and here is his 25th pitch of the night, which is right down the middle. Strike three, 2 down. And Swanson didn't even bother. Swanson was looking for that hook, and he didn't get it. Looked like a cutter down low. Swanson with the look of, it's not what I wanted. People wonder why people take pitches down the middle, and you're kind of armchair quarterbacking it, being like, oh. I mean, try looking for a pitch that's 20 miles an hour slower, and then have that zip by you. Snap throw to first, Albies is back. Try saying that real fast. I mean, heck, it's even hard for me to hit an 80-mile-an-hour fastball, so try, try thinking a 75-mile-an-hour curve with a 90 miles an hour reaching on you. That was a good snap throw. As here comes the pitch to Riley. Fastball, strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Clayton Kershaw with 39 pickoffs since 2012. That is the most in Major League Baseball. Definitely the modern day Andy Pettitte. As Riley steps back into the box, Albies just goes back to first. He's like, yeah, I ain't gonna try this. Here comes the pitch to Riley, which is borderline, but called the ball on the inside corner. It is 1-1. Now the question is, now with the weather the way that it is, and Atlanta working Kershaw's pitch count, are they going to be able to get Kershaw out of the game early due to this? Especially with the way that his back is. You don't want him to overexert and hurt himself in case the Dodgers go to the World Series here, as ball 2 is down low. You have to wonder about a pitch count. But in this case, knowing Kershaw, he's not coming out even if he's throwing 110 pitches. Riley steps back in, gives that a wiggle. Kershaw reaching for the stars in his stretch, and here's the 2-1 pitch, which is swung and fouled off down the third base line. Try not to get too excited, as I know I have neighbors, and last thing I want to do is tick them off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kershaw into the stretch. The 2-2 pitch to Austin Riley, swung on and fouled back. So this will be 31 pitches at the least to get out of this inning. On deck is Johan Camargo, and the 2-2 pitch from Clayton Kershaw swung and fouled off. And Riley fouled it off his leg as he starts hopping around. He's a big boy, he can take it. Kershaw in his career postseason 11-11 record with a 4.23 ERA, but you can't count some of that because that was against Houston and Boston. I'm not buying into that Clayton Kershaw curse, because some of that was just, the acts of cheating, as ball 3 low to Austin Riley. I mean, even as a Bryce fan, I can tell you Kershaw gets too much flack for his postseason performances. But tonight he's looking good. Even though allowing 2 runners so far here. Runner on first, 2 out, 3-2 pitch. Ozzie Albies should be running on this. And here it is, and it swung on and popped in the air. Playable. Max Muncy says that he's got it. He's running, and he's got it. Had to track that ball down. The wind was playing a little bit of havoc there, but hey, Kershaw's out of the inning. Oops, no. There we go. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on board. We are going to the 3rd, folks. This game's moving pretty briskly here. And we are going to Game 6 in San Diego. Carlos Correa with a solo homer in the bottom of the 9th, and the Houston Astros are coming back in this series. It is now 3-2 in favor of Tampa. Tampa gonna have to rely on Ian Snell here. Just shut down this lineup because they're not dying. I mean, even without the whole cheating scandal, you knew the Astros had a good offense. They sputtered this year, but now when it's counting most, I mean, Springer, Correa, now Altuve starting to warm up a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how this series is going to end in San Diego with the Rays and the Astros, but good baseball all around. That ensures that we've got 2 more games tomorrow, too. So is this the game that we've been expecting? Did we expect the Dodgers to score early? I mean, we knew if Kershaw was going to hold up with his back that the Braves were going to have difficulty, but Bryse Wilson, what a pleasant surprise. Usually when he has his walk issues, I mean, it's evident early, but he's hitting his spots, he's throwing strikes, he's getting ahead of the count. He's not giving the Dodgers a chance to really do anything with the bats right now. And so now we go to the top half of the 3rd with the bottom half of the order. we'll lead off with Edwin Rios. Ball one. The wind by Wilson. Here is the 1-0 pitch. It is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dave Roberts is yelling about something. Don't know what. And that was after the first pitch of the at-bat that was called the ball. It must be, I don't know. Here's the wind by Wilson. Here is the pitch, and it is swung on and hit high and deep to right. Back he goes. This ball is gone. Edwin Rios with a solo shot off of Wilson, and it is now 1-0 LA. Boy, you inserted this guy in the lineup in the second night in a row. He hits a home run on the first at-bat he has. It was a fastball. It looked like he hit a spot on the inside corner, but Rios just got around on the fastball and took it out to right center field. Hit it about 3 rows back onto that tarp in right center. As now Wilson steps back in, and here comes Kike Hernandez. The wind in the first pitch is a slider in there for a strike. The 0-1 pitch from Wilson is swung on and missed, 0-2. So Wilson kind of coming down right now. I mean, it was not a bad pitch. I think he knows that. You just got to give credit to the hitter for getting inside on that fastball and pushing it out to right center. As Wilson steps back in, the wind and the 0-2 pitch is inside. As Rick Kranitz looks on, the Atlanta Braves pitching coach. I mean, he still has to be pleased with what he's seeing right now. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Wilson. Is a slider back up the middle. Swanson better hurry. He got him. So Kike is retired, as they now show the replay of Carlos Correa hitting the ball out to win the game for the Houston Astros. Rays missing their chance in the top half of the 9th inning to get ahead in this game, but they'll have tomorrow to try to punch their ticket to the World Series. Up now is Austin Barnes, Kershaw's catcher for tonight, as Will Smith gets the night off. Wilson winds and fires right in there for strike 1. Wilson doesn't look to be too bothered by that solo shot. I mean, if you're going to hit a home run, it might as well be a solo shot if you're pitching to the Dodgers, so can't complain. Here's a stretch. The pitch, it is a low ball 1. Sorry, I'm a little bit laggy on the pitch count. Wilson once again into the windup. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, right over the plate, but the umpire says no, that's a ball. It was a strike, but Darno was set up on the inside corner and had to reach for it, so it may have given that illusion that it was outside. So no problems there. Here's the 2-1 pitch as he swings and sends a ground ball to short. Swanson's got it, throws the first in time. Whoops. Pitch count still looking good for Wilson. You know, even if the Braves go down in this game, yeah, you can rest assured that Wilson's going to eat some innings, and that's basically all you need right now for this Atlanta Braves bullpen. Not sure who's going to be going tomorrow, but it'll be a pivotal game if LA can pull this one out. As Wilson gets into the wind, and the first pitch to Mookie Betts is swung on and popped up. Who's got it? Albies says he's got it. He's fighting the wind and makes the catch, and the inning is over, but 1 run on the Edwin Rios home run puts the Dodgers out in front. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Dodgers. Of course, if you like other sports too, Le'Veon Bell, formerly of the New York Jets, was released the other day. Alright, sorry about that, but in football news, while we're here in the middle of the third, Le'Veon Bell signing with the Kansas City Chiefs after being released by the New York Jets, and of course I traded for Edwards-Helaire today. I traded Dalvin Cook since he was injured, and got him, and I forgot who else I got. I got Carolina's top receiver too, who helped replace Edelman in the lineup, so that doesn't hurt me. But the Braves have been hitting Kershaw a little bit. They just need to string these together. Wilson technically is holding the Dodgers in check right now, according to everybody else's standards, because we know the Dodgers are a potent lineup, but as we are now back to the bottom of the third. Clayton Kershaw at 33 pitches as he delivers to Camargo down low, ball 1. Braves need to answer quickly because they don't want to get down in this hole real early. Momentum is a crazy thing in this game, and the Braves need a little bit of it as Camargo swings and grounds one off of Seager into left field, a base hit. So Camargo is on board now. I mean, that was a tough hop on Seager right there. So I really can't blame him. That should be a hit. It looked like it caught him on a short hop. It sure did. Hit about not even a foot in front of his glove and just skipped right over. I'd be hard pressed to give him an error on that. I'm going to go ahead and mark that down as a hit. As Christian Patchy is now at the bat. I wonder if they want to put on a bunt play here, as they do. As he does bunt. Patchy down the first base line and foul. Why didn't I coach baseball? I knew that was coming. With a guy like Kershaw, you're trying to do everything you can to squeeze a run across. The question now is, do you keep the bunt on? I would say that's 50-50 at this point. And with the shift on, if you can pull Muncy, if you get the ball past Kershaw and pull it to the left of the first base bag a good bit, you've got yourself a base hit. unless you hit it hard enough to where once he can get it and throw to first, or throw to second rather, for the force. We are 1-1 as that ball was down low to Patchy, by the way. Here's a stretch by Kershaw. Here comes the pitch to Patchy. He's squaring around again. Ball 2. A walk would be nice. As Acuna waits here in the on-deck circle, it'd be nice to get him up with runners on first and second with nobody out, but that is yet to be determined here, as Kershaw wouldn't like that idea. Here's the stretch and the 2-1 pitch. Patchy bunts at it and misses. So now he should be swinging. 2-2 here. Just being selective with a... It's got to be a daunting task for a kid in his first year to be facing a legend like Kershaw, so it's got to be a little intimidating. And right here, he may be seeing that classic Clayton curve. Here's a stretch. Here it is. There's a sinker low. Ball 3. Kershaw already reaching 40 pitches, and that's the only stat right now that Bryse Wilson has Kershaw beat at, as Wilson only has about 30, and Kershaw still has 3 outs to get here somehow. Camargo leads away from first base here. Here's the stretch by Kershaw. Here's the all-important payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Fastball got him outside corner. Big out number 1 from Clayton Kershaw, as here comes Ronald Acuna, who's 1 for 1 with a single. You gotta respect that curveball from Clayton, and that's how he's getting these outs here on these fastballs. Patchy just swinging over that fastball for out number 1. Would have been a strike anyway, so he didn't chase anything out of the zone there. As Acuna now steps up, here's the stretch by Kershaw. First pitch is up the middle, right to Hernandez. Steps on the bag, throws to first, and that retires the side. So once again, the Atlanta Braves' inability to stay patient drives them out of another inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the 4th now. It is 1-0 Dodgers. So I really feel bad for this news station here in Atlanta. If I can pull up this story that was posted last night after the Atlanta Braves got shellacked. As they have their Go Braves page. Let me see if I can find this here. You guys will get a kick out of it. There it is. Alright. So get a kick out of this. Let's see. Page wanted to disappear on me again. So about an hour after the game ended, in Game 3 last night, a story popped up on the Atlanta station here, 11 Live, which is the NBC affiliate, and the title of this story is Braves pitcher Kyle Wright's dad is not surprised by late success. And with them saying the caption was Kyle Wright, who struggled at times this season, has turned a corner, and his dad Roger told 11 Live that he saw this coming. They do know he surrendered 6 runs in the first inning last night, right? That just seems like a very oddly timed story, given the circumstances of what happened in Game 3. Here comes Corey Seager leading off here in the top half of the 4th inning. With some luck here, as Seager fouls it off, or no, is it foul? It is a foul ball. Oops. That wind's playing tricks there, as even Seager thought that ball was going to go foul, but the wind was kind of pushing it a little bit. Knowing that you have Kershaw at 42 pitches after 3, you're kind of wondering, well, maybe in the 6th or 7th inning, could we get somebody else off, you know? Seager steps back in, Wilson into the wide. Here's a pitch, which is taken outside for a ball. Predominantly left-handed line, or right-handed line for Atlanta, as the Dodgers kind of had a little mixture, as there's a line drive into the right field corner. It is a foul ball. So he missed in the left field corner, now he misses in the right field corner. So now we have a 1-2 count with Bryse Wilson in control. And as we look at the replay here, this ball landed foul by just a matter of feet. So Seager seems to be right on his pitches, so might want to be careful with this one. As Seager steps back in and awaits the 1-ball-2-strike pitch from Wilson, which is in the dirt. So that makes it a 2-2 count. Right-handed Justin Turner on deck. Would be nice to be facing him with no 1 and 1 out. As here is the 2-2 pitch, and Seager swings and pops a foul, back out of play. Here's the windup. And another 2-2 on its way. Outside, ball 3. Payoff pitch coming to Corey Seager. Swung on, fouled off to the left side. Out of play. Seager working that pitch count a little bit. There's Turner waiting patiently. Here is the windup and the 3-2 pitch again, which is swung on, hit right to Freeman at first base. He scoops it up, steps on the bag, and that's a big out, number 1 for Bryse Wilson and the Atlanta Braves here in the 4th. Great stab by Freeman on that hard liner by Corey Seager. Or not Corey Seager. Yeah, it's Corey Seager. We get Corey and Kyle mixed up all the time. Here's Justin Turner. 0 for 1 on the night. And takes a slider on the inside corner for strike 1. We're already an hour into this live stream, and I think last night we were still in the first inning within the first hour of this live stream as Justin takes the ball down low. What a difference the day makes. If Atlanta can try to touch up Kershaw, they may be in business here because the Dodgers offense kind of looks like it's waned a little bit. Here's the 1-1 as Turner swings and puts a charge into one to right center, but Patchy is under it. He's got it. There are 2 out. This broadcast is brought to you by nobody because I'm not getting monetized for this. Now up is another big out here for the Atlanta Braves to get. That will be Max Muncy, who has come on strong the last 2 games, including a grand slam last night in the first inning, which had technically put that game out of reach, even though it was at 7-0 when he hit the slam to make it 11-0. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Whenever I think of Muncy, I always think of Madison Bumgarner and that home run into the bay there in San Francisco, and Muncy rounding third. You know, after Bumgarner was complaining about how he watched the ball, saying if you want the ball, go get it out of the bay. Here's the 0-1 pitch, right there for strike 2. Wilson's not leaving the ball out in the middle of the plate. He's locating very well right now, and that's not what the Dodgers want to see. I think they were hopeful to crush another rookie tonight like they did Kyle Wright last night, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case as the 0-2 pitch is on the inside corner, but a little bit too inside. That is going to be ball 1. So Kershaw and Wilson pretty much at the same pitch count right now, but Kershaw being the more reliable one may see a longer time here in this game if he keeps up his efforts. And inside corner again, but not getting the called strike, just a little bit off the plate. Wilson back on the bump, and here comes the 2-2 pitch to Max Muncy. Way up high, that's ball 3. Well, you don't want to walk him right here, as Kent Rosenthal's saying some kind of nonsense we don't know. I have it on mute. The wind, and the 3-2 pitch to Max Muncy is swung on and missed. Oh no, it was fouled. Don't mind me, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes the screen is a little small, so it's hard to see it at times. Wilson, hair blowing in the wind like an Austrian supermodel, steps up to the rubber with a wind, and here comes the 3-2 pitch to Max Muncy. Up high, he lost him. So now Jock Peterson steps up to the plate. Pretty much in the spot Will Smith was last night in the lineup, giving the Dodgers that lefty look for Wilson. You're going to have to get one of these lefties out to escape this inning. And you'd hope you don't have to face Bellinger at this point, because Bellinger is very opportunistic. That's why he is the player that he is. Wilson looking in for a sign. Peterson with the funky set. And here's the first pitch from Wilson, which is down low for a ball. Darno out for a little chat with Wilson, trying to calm him down a little bit. Kind of get him refocused and back in the zone. Jock Peterson in this series is 5 for 10 with the homer. Wilson checks on the runner, which is Muncy. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that is swung on, hit high and deep, center field. Pachi going back at the wall. He makes the catch. Ooh. Braves fans breathing a sigh of relief as Wilson's parents look on, and I'm sure they're pretty happy about this performance. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 walk. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is still 1-0 Dodgers. Freddie Freeman leads out the bottom of the 4th here as Kershaw gets into the wind, and the first pitch is up high, ball 1. Kershaw back to the plate, ball 2. This is a spot if you're Freddie Freeman. You want to see if Kershaw can give you a strike. See if you can work deep into the count here, get that pitch count up, because that's the only way you're going to beat him. Swung line drive, caught at second base by Corey Seager, who had it into the shift. Once again, the Braves don't take my advice, and 2-0 count turns into an out. It's a fastball on the outside corner. Freeman tried to go after it and hit it right into the shift. Stepping up now is Marcell Ozuna. Needs to get something going here. Takes ball 1 down low. If the Braves can keep this a 1-0 game into the 7th, 8th inning, you gotta feel that they have a shot. As Ozuna swings and sets a fly ball to deep left field. Back he goes to the wall. We are tied. Off the facing of the upper deck. And the Atlanta Braves have tied the Dodgers 1-1. What a crushing blow for the Dodgers right there. Low fastball, and Ozuna did not miss it. I am a Braves fan. I like being excited for the Braves, but I'm trying to be partial for the stream because I know we may have Dodgers fans on here too. I like being, you know, neutral when it comes to that. Unless it's like a championship moment, then you might see me getting a little happy, you know. But new life for Atlanta as Travis d'Arnaud takes a strike 0-1. Kershaw approaching 50 pitches here in the fourth. That seems about average for him. As the 0-1 to d'Arnaud is a curveball, swung on and fouled off to the left side. 0-2. Taking a replay of this fastball, it tailed in onto the inside corner, and Ozuna got the bat head out in front of it and just golfed it. There was no doubt about it. As d'Arnaud takes ball 2 outside. 1-2. Another reason why I have to sound neutral at the same time is because I got neighbors, you know. You don't want to kind of wake them up with your enthusiasm, so that kind of puts a damper on me, but hey, I still make it happen as d'Arnaud takes ball 2 down low. The wind doesn't seem to be playing as much of a factor right now as taking a look at the jersey, it doesn't seem to be blowing as hard. You can see the ripples, but not as severe as it was. As Kershaw back on the mound, the wind. The 2-2 pitch is outside, ball 3. So Kershaw working a little bit here. We have to... this is the point where Atlanta may have to take advantage. Ozzy Albies waiting in the on-deck circle. As Ozuna, kind of sitting there now in his hoodie that he put back on since he is a DH. He doesn't have to go out and field. So he put the glove away. As d'Arnaud back into the box, here is the wind, and the 3-2 pitch is down low, ball 4. So once again, Kershaw kind of getting himself in a little bit of trouble right now. Ozzy Albies swinging better from the left side. Slow motion of Acuna jumping about 3 feet off the ground. I mean, this has to be pumping up Bryse Wilson too. As Albies steps in and will take ball 1 high. So Kershaw kind of losing control a little bit here. Let's see how well he can rein it in. He's really good at getting out of jams here. Ozzy 1 for 1 with a single in the 2nd inning. As they show the hit it here is the sign from Camping World. If any player honestly hits the Camping World sign, then somebody in America wins a free camper. But the question is, now what if somebody hits it off the facing of the upper deck, but it drops down and hits the sign? Then technically you hit the sign. I would email Camping World and tell them that. They need to, I'm sure they've got it in writing somewhere. As Ozzy swings and misses. 1-2. You got to think at this point in the game, the pressure has to be on the Dodgers because this isn't how they imagined it going. Oh shoot, there went my scoreboard. 1-2 pitch to Ozzy, swung on, lined out of play to the right side. So, you know, thinking with the Dodgers and, you know, Kershaw against Bryse Wilson and the Braves, you thought major advantage, but now we're getting here into the 5th inning and we've got a tie game right now. Dodgers fans have got to be wondering, you know, at what point do we start sweating this? As Kershaw delivers a 1-2 pitch to Albies, which is chopped. Third base side, Kershaw over, throws the first in time. Beautiful play. Runner moves to second though. So right now, base hit will get you a lead here for Atlanta, which is something that you didn't think about in this ball game, thinking that this was just going to be a lopsided game one way or the other. But more so the one way with the Dodgers than the other with Atlanta. Up steps Dansby Swanson. Hasn't been hitting well in this series. He's 2 for 13 with an RBI, but now's the chance to rectify that with a clutch hit. As Kershaw checks Darno at second, and the pitch is grounded third base side. Turner's got it, throws to first. Oh, in time, but we may have to look at that one. Nope, Dansby's waving it off. Nope, but Snicker's still looking. So we're going to hold here real quick. He's out. So we go to the top of the fifth. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, 1 walk. The Ozuna home run has got this game tied. I mean, the more you go into this game, I mean, you got to think that the deeper you go, the more advantage falls into the hands of the Braves. Because, the bullpen, their high leverage guys got a lot of rest yesterday. You got Bryse Wilson right now pretty much throwing a gem. He only made, 1 bad pitch, and it technically wasn't a bad pitch to Rios. Rios is just starting to find his rhythm right now. He's getting hot. Just like everybody else in that Dodger lineup's been getting hot. So, I mean, I'm thinking the deeper that you go, yeah, I mean, you think about the Dodgers, yeah, they scored 15 runs yesterday, but if you kind of stretch it out when it comes to, when it comes to momentum, the Dodgers have only scored 1 run in the last 10 innings. So they got to figure out a way to get it up again. 1 hit through 4 isn't really going to cut it, even though that 1 hit was a long ball. They gotta find a way to work Wilson, but Wilson's been throwing strikes. He's been getting ahead of the count. He's been doing exactly what the Braves needed him to do. And I think if they get through the 5th here, with a 1-1 game, I mean, that's what Atlanta wanted. That's all they're asking for, is a chance. Because we heard all week about how, Game 4 and Game 5, the Braves aren't as deep. They don't go past Anderson, they don't go past Wright. Basically, you're throwing a cookie in Game 4 and the bullpen in Game 5, and that's not the case. Bryse Wilson, when he is on, is very tough to hit. It's when he starts walking guys that it becomes problematic. He's kept that in check today, and I think that spells trouble for the Dodgers if they can't get anything going here in the next 2 innings against him. Because without a doubt, he should be going into the 6th with the low pitch count that he has. As Cody Bellinger leads off, takes a strike on the outside corner. Very questionable call. Bellinger back into the box. The stretch and the 0-1, the wind in the 0-1 pitch. I keep getting that. Pop foul out of play, 94-mile-an-hour fastball, 0-2 on Bellinger. So once again, Wilson getting ahead of hitters in the driver's seat. This is probably the last time he faces Bellinger, because the next time Bellinger comes up, he could be facing a lefty out of the pen. So, and it could be a guy like Will Smith, and it could be to a point where the Braves have a lead. But if Kershaw doesn't settle this down, here comes the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch to Kershaw. Right on the outside corner, strike 3. Cody Bellinger is down on strikes. And despite these couple hits that he's been having the last couple days, Cody Bellinger has not been having that great of a season. Postseason, he's been kind of slightly trending upward, but it just seems like he's having issues. It could have been the short season, but as they're now showing Tampa Bay and the Houston Astros stat on the bottom, you gotta like this Randy Arozarena kid. Strike one, by the way, to Rios. Solo home run in the third. He's 2 for 6 in the series. He's 2 homers and 2 RBIs, so both hits have left the ballpark. But you gotta love this Randy Arozarena kid as Wilson gets into the windup. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Downstairs, ball one. For a rookie, already 6 home runs in the postseason. That ties a rookie record. And you know he's not going to be done, especially if they reach the World Series. So that record should be smashed without a problem. Wind by Wilson. Here comes the 1-1 pitch as Rios swings and fouls it off. Wind's starting to pick up again. Boy, this guy is built like a Jarrett Wright. 1-2 pitch. Inside corner, strike 3 call. Wilson is dealing, people. He's been dealing much better than Kershaw has. This is a must-win for the Dodgers, absolutely, given the circumstances. Kike Hernandez fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. If you burn Kershaw now, and you go down 3-1, and you still have to face Anderson and Fried again in this series, I mean, it's looking very dire for these Dodgers, so they need to figure out a way to get to Wilson here, or get to this Braves bullpen, because there's one more inning, and the Braves are very easily able to get to this bullpen, because Wilson's only at 58 pitches, and he can go another one. Here's this windup, and the 0-1 pitch to Kike is inside ball one. But as of right now, you can honestly say that Bryse Wilson is outdueling Clayton Kershaw to this point through 5. Well, 2 more strikes, it'll be through 5. Chop foul. So now Wilson at 60 pitches. 1-2 count on Kike. I'm sure he would like to start off the next inning with Austin Barnes leading off instead of Mookie, so, or having Mookie come in this inning at any point. See if he can get Kershaw back out there to work with this 1-2 pitch to Kike Hernandez. The wind, and here it is. Slider in the dirt. Did not get him to chase. So now we are deuces wild here in the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Wilson was ready for this start. I mean, you can see it now. I don't think many predicted this, but not even I predicted this. Wilson looking in for the sign. This is just like his Marlins debut, or not debut. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Guys, this is surprising. This is kind of like the Wilson we saw during the Marlins in late September, where he wasn't walking anybody, but he was striking everybody out. That's not good for the Dodgers right now. And I would like to see, you know, even win or lose, what these guys say about Bryse Wilson going forward. I mean, if the Braves happen to get past this round, I mean, you might be able to talk about a World Series start for this kid, like in Game 4, a la Steve Avery. Because Avery earned that right in Game 4 of the NLCS, because we knew he had a terrible year that year in '95. Yeah, my buddy who's a Braves fan right now, he's like, he's taking this game. He's taking it. I mean, it's got to be cringeworthy for LA right now, because you thought, hey, this is going to be a cakewalk into Game 5 with a 2-2 lead. Not so fast, ladies and gentlemen. And like my buddy says, who's a Braves fan, if it gets into a bullpen game here, Atlanta's got the advantage. So this game is slightly, because you had the Dodgers, you know, the favorite, but now it's coming back towards the Braves here as we get later and later in the game. This is much more exciting to broadcast than a 13-0 game. It doesn't matter who's winning or who's losing, but you know, you find yourself more into the game because you don't know what the outcome's going to be. I know my ex who likes soap operas. She's like, I don't know why you like sports. It's like, it's just like your dumb soap operas, except you don't know what's going to happen in the end. That's the thrill of it. The end of this ball game isn't concocted into somebody's mind. You actually have to watch it. Stupid soap operas. Alright, 9 likely suitors for Trevor Bauer. Of course, the Reds are at the top of that list. But at the same time, what if Atlanta made a run at Bauer in the offseason? Then you'd have Soroka, Fried, Anderson, and Bauer. You kidding me? That would be an insane lineup. First pitch, fouled off. Austin Riley trying to go the other way, but could not do it. Kershaw at 60 pitches. Here is the windup. Here is the 0-1 to Mr. Riley. It is taken low, ball 1. Kind of thought he would have had that. It was borderline, but it went the other way. Inside, ball 2. Kershaw once again getting behind on these hitters. Riley, you know, can run into a fastball. Here's a stretch in the 2-1 pitch. Just like he did right there. Fly ball left center field, did not get enough of it. Right there's Peterson to make the play. There is one down here in the 5th inning. Now up to bat, Johan Camargo. The stretch, the first pitch is down low, 1-0. Kershaw having a little bit of a trouble with his command on that first pitch. You know, once again behind on another hitter. Here comes the 1-0, swung on and missed. Fastball inside corner. Camargo could not catch up to it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kershaw is pitching a really good game right now by most pitcher standards. It's just that not understanding that Wilson was going to do what he was going to do as a curveball is down low, ball 2. You know, thinking that Wilson was a throwaway pitcher, this dude's pitching lights out right now. The only hit he's given up has left the ballpark, but he's not walking anybody. I mean, he's given the Braves exactly what they needed in this series, and this is where the momentum can change. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Camargo. High fastball swung on and missed, 0-2. Kershaw approaching 70 pitches here in the 5th. Sorry, seasonal allergies, man. My nose is killing me. Here is a 2-2 pitch to Camargo. Swung, line drive. Right there is Seager on the bounce. Throws the first in time. So right now it looks like Kershaw settling in a little bit after getting behind on the first 2 hitters. when you're a pitcher like Kershaw, you can do that. Kyle Wilson waiting patiently in the dugout as these pitchers continue to go back and forth in this pitcher's duel. That wasn't expected. Swing and a foul ball by Patchy. Patchy strikes out in the third inning, now getting his second at bat against Kershaw. But two of those 3 strikes were bunt fouls, so this is technically the first full at bat he's going to see against Kershaw, as the curveball is in there, strike 2. Tyler Matzik is now warming up in the Atlanta bullpen, just in case this inning stretches on in the 6th, as Patchy swings and misses strike 3. So out of the inning is Mr. Kershaw. Guys, we're going to the 6th inning already. This time yesterday, we weren't even an hour and a half into the stream, right? We were still in the 2nd inning, 3rd inning. We're now going to the bottom of we're going to the top of the 6th, rather. If the Dodgers are going to get it done, it's got to be in this inning. It's got to be in this inning, because now you go 7, 8, 9. And the Braves push the Dodgers exactly where they wanted to push them. And now they can pitch to their strengths now. Whether it be Matzik, Will Smith, you got Green, you've got Martin, and then you've got Melanson just in case in the 9th inning. This is now playing into the Braves' hands, and this is not something the Dodgers have wanted to see. It's basically leaving no room for error for Kershaw. What you may see here in the 6th inning, you may see Wilson face Barnes, and you may see him face Betts. And then you may see Matzik come in to face Seager. I mean, I guess either way you might see it, whether there's 2 outs or whether there's a runner on with 1 out or what have you. This will probably be Wilson's last inning. But it would be nice to see him finish the 6th. I think he's earned that. But it seems like your hottest hitter right now is Edwin Rios, and he's not due up for another 7 batters. So, you know, when it gets to Rios, when it gets to Bellinger, that area, I think that would be a perfect spot to put Matzik in, especially, maybe Muncy too. So I think if it comes down to if the 6th inning gets stretched out a little bit, you would probably see Justin Turner as Wilson's last batter, I think, in this game. He's already been through the lineup twice. You couldn't ask any more from him. So, you know, now that you're getting around, Mookie Betts is going to see him for a 3rd time, and, you know, Seager is very sneaky, so this may be where the managerial mind starts to churn if you're Brian Snitker. Wilson has struck out 5 so far, and Muncy was one of those strikeouts too, so, you know, he's handled the lefties well. A lot of these strikeouts came from Bellinger, the lefties, yeah, Bellinger, Muncy, and he got Rios the 2nd time around, so he's settled in. He's got, and he's really working it with the fastball and the sinker. He's really not striking people out with his off-speed stuff. As we now step in, up steps Mr. Barnes here, and here's the windup, and the first pitch, slider on the inside corner. This guy has got command. This is what the Braves missed in the first 3 games, guys who are hitting their spots early, mowing these batters down. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball, foul, 0-2. for you, Wilson. Do you want to try something off speed here in the dirt, or maybe do you want to try a sinker? The sinker seems to be the most effective pitch for him today. As he's in those windup, here is the 0-2 pitch, sinker inside. I mean, for the Dodgers, you have to feel that something has to happen in this inning. And Barnes would be a good candidate. I mean, the no-name. Here is the pitch up high, ball 2. Barnes 0 for 1 on the night. Mookie Betts on deck, 0 for 2. You definitely do not want to put anybody on for Mookie. That'll raise the tension here. This is the pitch where it has to be done. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up, behind the plate, and out of play. Darno giving a smirk as he puts his mask back on. Matzik is ready to go in the bullpen if needed. So the Braves are going to be having a very short leash right now. Here is the windup and the 2-2 pitch to Barnes. Just ground ball to short. There's Swanson. That sinker is a killer. So now if you're Snicker, I don't think you'll make the move here. You still like that righty-on-righty matchup. Mookie Betts has yet to solve them. Mookie is more of a doubles threat at this point in this stage of the game than he is a home run threat. But he still is a home run threat, but I'm more worried about the extra bases. But if Mookie does get on base, I do think you're going to get the hook. So basically this is Wilson trying to earn another batter here against Mookie Wilson. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. Getting ahead of these hitters. I mean, very even distribution. 5 strikeouts, 5 groundouts, 6 flyouts. I mean, this, you know. Mookie swings and fouls it back 0-2. We now have 70 pitches for Wilson, and is now in the driver's seat of another at-bat here, as Acuna is sitting there with his goggles on, looking like an old dude in the outfield. Alright, so Mookie's flied out, he's popped out. What do you say we get a strikeout here? A sinker in the dirt would be just what the doctor ordered. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Line drive, right field, on comes Acuna, he's got it. Mookie Wilson hit that ball on the screws, but Acuna had it played perfectly. And now, let's see what happens here with Seager up to bat. Lefty-righty. Matzik's still waiting there in the pen. Wilson giving a look to the dugout, and Snicker's not going anywhere. He's still sitting. I like the vote of confidence here. Doesn't matter what happens in this at-bat, I like the vote of confidence. I mean, he's earned this batter. He's earned the right to face Seager here, and even if he gets on, I mean, Justin Turner's a right-handed batter. You can face him. First pitch, swung on and missed. I mean, electric stuff from Wilson right now. And now the Braves have the luxury of going to their pen if he gets this final out. And I think he will. I think Snicker's going to go to pull it. Sinker in the dirt. I mean, Wilson's just a machine right now. Just keep popping the mitt, getting it in there, getting ahead of the hitters. And that's your success. That's basically, that is the difference in these 4 games. Game 4 compared to the other 3. Here is the windup. Here is the 1-1 pitch. He's got the glove held high, and he popped him up. Austin Riley calling for it, Dansby calling for it, but it's Austin Riley for the catch. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a wonderful outing. What a start by Bryse Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. And now Kershaw. We can't forget Kershaw now. Kershaw's been pitching well given the circumstances that he's had a bad back. This is turning into game one all over again. The Dodgers have scored one run over the last 12 innings. That momentum's gone. This is where the ones where you needed to strike, real early and strike often to kill the confidence of Wilson and the Braves. But he's at 73 pitches. I mean, he still could go another inning. He could. But do you want to push it? I think this is the perfect time, depending on what happens here in the bottom of the sixth. You can go to Madsick or you can go to Will Smith if the Braves have a lead entering the seventh. So this is kind of dangerous territory for the Dodgers to get out of this inning because we know we got the meat of the order coming up. So yeah, I mean the next 3 innings could be decided right now. And if you do bring in Will Smith to face, or not Will Smith, but Madsick to play, to face Turner, Muncy, Peterson. I mean, this could be the last at-bat you see from Cody Bellinger of the game. Judging by where we are at the game now in the 7th inning. I mean, if they go 1, 2, 3 in the 7th, Cody's leading off the 8th. And so you're basically putting all your eggs in that basket depending on how the Braves do here. Analytical, man. They're analytical. First career postseason start, and it was just another one of those rookie starts for Atlanta. Here's Ronald Acuna, as it is bounced in the dirt by Kershaw, 1-0. Kershaw again at the line. Here is the 1-0, and Acuna helps him out, swing and a miss on a ball that was low in the zone. Handshake from Snicker means that's going to be the end of the night. Acuna takes ball 2 down low. So it looks like Tyler Madsick is going to be prepped to face these lefties here in the 7th inning. Again, if the Braves take the lead, you wonder if Will Smith will come in and kind of fill that void. Because he did have a couple days off. He hasn't pitched since game 1. As Acuna takes ball 3 low. Kershaw once again getting behind on his hitters, and it's going to come back to bite him if he doesn't turn this around. As they got the chop going here, as Kershaw delivers a 3-1 pitch. Oh no, that is not a strike, but the umpire decides we're going to have a 3-2 pitch here. Ball well below the knees, and he calls it a strike. So what could have been ball 4 is now strike 2. And now the 3-2 pitch, and Acuna chops one over the mound. Barehanded. What a play, but it gets away, and Acuna tumbles. And Acuna might be hurt. Acuna is clutching his left wrist. And he is in some serious pain, people. This is not good. Chopper over the mound. Kershaw couldn't get it. No, it's not. Oh, it's his leg. That is not good, Braves fans. Great job beating out the throw from Kike Hernandez. But he extended on that with that right foot, landed awkwardly on the bag. The way that he was looking, it looked like he was clutching his wrist, but no, it was the awkward landing. So as they keep showing the replays of this, they haven't gone back to live shot. Oh, he's back up. No, it is his wrist. It was the wrist. This has to be a welcome sight for the Braves, as Acuna is now staying in the game. Alright, so now Acuna is actually on second base now. We just wanted to clarify that. As Freddie Freeman bats with the runner on second base now, we have to see if that's a hit or an error. Or it could be a single and an error. It will be charged an error as well as go as a hit. And here is the 0-1 pitch to Freeman. Pop foul and out of play. Kershaw is really dependent on that curveball as a strikeout pitch. So let's see how he can do it here. Here's the pitch to Freeman in the dirt. Nice block by Barnes, keeps Acuna from advancing. Sorry about that, I should have had the ball and strike up there. I was kind of looking at what the scoring was on that play. Forgive me for that. Kershaw going back into the stretch. The 81st pitch of the night for Clayton Kershaw. Swung, line drive, base hit right field. This is going to be a 2-1 Atlanta game. Freddie Freeman's into second with a double. This is a backbreaker for the LA Dodgers. Fastball on the inner half of the plate. Right past Muncy. Muncy had no shot at it. Mookie Betts was playing over towards right center, allowed the ball to go to the wall, allowed Freeman to go to second. And now, same predicament, but now Atlanta's got a 2-1 lead. And now you can set it for Will Smith, Chris Martin, and Melanson. This is not looking good for the LA Dodgers right now. The momentum is completely towards the Atlanta Braves as Ozuna fouls it back 0-1. Kershaw back into the stretch. Here is the 0-1 pitch to Ozuna, curveball high. It is now 1-1. We need Ozuna prime time here, says my friend, as Kershaw delivers the 1-1, up high, ball 2. We're in the 6th inning, 2-1 Atlanta. Kershaw approaching 90 pitches as Graterol is now warming up in the Dodger bullpen. Atlanta did what they needed to do. I mean, this was a game that they weren't supposed to win. I mean, Dodgers are a heavy favorite. This game isn't over by any means, as a sinker is now low, ball 3. But Atlanta is now curving this momentum back into their favor, and they're now 9 outs away from taking a 3-1 lead in this series after burning Kershaw. I mean, this is a very demoralizing moment for the Dodgers, that they have to find the momentum and get back into this ball game. I mean, they are in this ball game, but this 1-run lead has to feel like a 3-1 run lead for Atlanta. Strike on the inside corner. It is now 3-2 on Marcell Ozuna. And it's the even added pressure that there's nobody out. I mean, you got to throw a strike to Ozuna. You got a runner on second. A base hit makes this a 3-1 game, which is going to be, I mean, it's going to be tough for these last 3 innings for the LA Dodgers. But, you know, they've got the team. They can do it. 3-2 pitch to Ozuna. Line drive into left center field. That ball is going to go to the wall. Here comes Freeman. It is 3-1 Atlanta. Marcell Ozuna is now at second. It is a doubles derby right now here in Arlington, Texas. Unbelievable. It was a curveball. Ozuna sat back on it. He knew it was coming and lined it into the left center field gap. This may spell the end of Kershaw. He may not make it out of the inning here. As Ozuna has finally woken up and Kershaw has just been given the hook. Wow. You can't sit there and tell me that you saw this coming. Everybody was all on the Dodgers bandwagon today. This is going to be a 2-2 series. Kershaw's going to come in, dominate the Braves. They don't know who they're going to start. Well, the Braves are now 9 outs away from taking a 3-1 lead in this series, and they aren't too far away from adding an extra run. Graterol's got a heavy task on hand right now, trying to orchestrate his way through the middle part of this Dodger lineup, or this Braves lineup, trying to keep it at 3-1. There's still nobody out. They can still play ABC baseball and get that 4th run in and put a lot of pressure on these Dodgers. I must apologize to Bryse Wilson, though. I said Sean Newcomb would have been a better option today, but I was wrong. Absolutely wrong. Travis d'Arnaud is now going to be facing Graterol. We can now empty the pitch count for Kershaw, as he is no longer in the game. As we have ball one to Travis d'Arnaud. Graterol is definitely a strikeout pitcher. 1-2 record, a 3.09 ERA in the regular season, 23 1/3 innings pitched. Has much better luck here in the postseason, as the 1-0 to d'Arnaud is sailed high, 2-0. You don't want to put more runners on, that's for sure. I mean, this may be the inning where the wheels fall off. As Kershaw just sitting there kind of looking bewildered in the dugout. Graterol a little bit amped up, missing high with that one. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, 100-mile-an-hour heat inside. And this is a chance for the Dodgers to get a little bit of momentum back by stranding that runner on second and keeping it a 2-run game. As Travis d'Arnaud waits for the 2-1 pitch as Graterol delivers. Swung line drive right field. Mookie jumps and makes the catch. What a play by Mookie Betts. That ball sailed on him a little bit. It looked like it was going to get over his head. But that is allowed. Out number one. It took every bit of that leap too to get there. I mean, he just, it looked like he misplayed it a little bit. Disaster averted. And that throw was pretty good too. Ozuna sitting there smirking, kind of like, I could have had you. Here is Ozzie Albies. First pitch fouled off, 0-1. Ozzie Albies singled in the second. The Braves would definitely take one of those here. As Graterol stretch, look for the sign. And now the pitch. Fouled away at 101 miles an hour. I don't care who you are, it's hard to hit 101. I know the Braves are a very good fastball hitting team, but 101 is a beast. 3 runs, 7 hits for Atlanta, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for the Dodgers. As things starting to look a little bit murky, here comes the 0-2 pitch to Albies. Fouled away again. I think with Graterol, you could be looking at the next closer for the Dodgers here in the near future. Kenley Jansen just, the past few years has been losing velocity on that fastball, and with a guy like Graterol, he would be a great 8th or 9th inning guy instead of a mop-up role here, which he is needed for. Line drive, right field, that's going to be a base hit. Here comes Ozuna, and he is not going to score. He stops at third. He had to wait for the ball to drop. It looked like Kike Hernandez had a beat on it, but it just skipped past his glove. And with the arm that Mookie Betts has, it was a smart move not to go any further. So now the pressure mounts. This could be a very devastating inning for the Dodgers, depending on how these next 2 hitters go, or next 1 hitter if he can get Dansby to ground into a double play. I mean, if Dansby puts the ball in play, I mean, they're playing for 2, but If he pokes one to the right side here, it's going to be 4-1 Atlanta as he takes a slider high, 1-0. Boy, this could really get out of hand. Kershaw kind of sitting there in the dugout hoping that it just stays at 3 on his pitching line for the night. Dansby swings and misses at the 99-mile-an-hour cheese. It is 1-1. Dansby waits for the sign. Line drive, fair ball in the left field corner. A run is in. Runner around third. Albies is going to come home. Here's a third of the plate. He is safe. 5-1 Atlanta. Oh man. The Braves have just blown this game apart. And the Braves are sitting pretty here in the 6th inning. It is, ooh. Unbelievable. Strike one. No, ball one to Austin Riley. Graterol couldn't get the job done. Wilson now set up for the win, and this is just a devastating turn of events here in the bottom half of the 6th inning for the LA Dodgers. This was a guy that was going to get them to a 2-2 series tie, and now they're going to be in the fight for these next, 3 at-bats to these next 9 outs as Riley swings and misses 2-1 just to pull this game back even. This is a devastating game for the Dodgers. I mean, forget about 15-3 if they can't win this ball game. Two-one pitch to Riley. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Here comes Dansby. He's gonna score, and it's 6-1 Atlanta. The bats have come alive here in the 6th inning for the Atlanta Braves, chasing Kershaw. Graterol's getting tagged, and Dansby did not move to second on that. The Dodgers are taking their lumps here in the 6th inning and pretty much put this game out of reach. But remember that these still are the Dodgers. You remember what happened in Game 2 as Graterol departs. And we will be back. are back at it. So now with the developments that we've had, do you push Wilson out for another inning? You know, obviously he's not going to pitch again in the series. He's pitching game 4, so why not let him go out there, face Turner at least, and see what happens? You've now got a 5-run cushion. And by the way that he's been pitching, but he's been sitting for a while, so you don't know how that's going to play into it. I would have to say you put him in there still. I need to count that hit. I forgot to count the hit, sorry. There's a strike to Camargo to lead it off here against Victor Gonzalez. That's who that is, okay. Braves fans pretty pumped up right now, but you gotta remember these still are the Dodgers. They're never out of the game because of the offense that they have. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that is swung on and missed. Let me get that to 1-2 with the count of pitch count of 3, guys. Here is the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Ball 2. I said on Facebook earlier today about, Kershaw being undefeated against Atlanta. I said seasons change. This will not be a cakewalk if somehow Bryse Wilson gives Atlanta 5 quality innings. He gave him 6. If we learned something from the first 2 games of the series, is that the Braves can hit Dodgers pitching. On paper, it did look like a strong advantage, Kershaw against Wilson. But the games have to be played still. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Camargo, is downstairs, 3-2. So this is exactly why. I mean, analysts can say whatever they want. It has to be played on the field, and now, what was turning out to be the best game of the series, oof. Man, oh man. Then ball 4. So now, another runner in scoring position. And up steps Christian Patchy, who could really deliver the knockout blow. Kershaw has never lost to the Braves, but he's in danger of doing that now. And it really comes back to trying to figure out how they can come back in this game as Patchy hits a foul ball off to the right side. It's 0-1. But could we see a repeat of game 2? Now, I think Atlanta may have learned their lesson. They're not going to be throwing Tomlin out there tonight, that's for sure. But if they can, let Wilson go at least one more, I mean, he's spaced it out now. He's only given up 1 hit. He's earned that right. As Patchy takes on the 0-1 pitch and is swung on and missed, 0-2. Ronald Acuna in the on-deck circle. He will hit next. It looks like his wrist is doing fine after falling awkwardly on it. Early on in this inning, this is the 9th batter to hit in the inning. Riley away from first, or for second rather, Camargo away from first. Here is the 0-2 pitch to Christian Patchy in the dirt. I mean, Dodgers fans, I mean, I got a feel for you guys. I mean, this has been a great season for you. And for it to come down to, well, now you got to play elimination game at least 3 more times just to advance. If you can't come back from this, especially with the hottest team in baseball right now, it's going to be hard to do. Here is the 1-2 pitch to Christian Patchy. It is outside. It is ball 2, and now Gonzalez has evened the count with Patchy. And, this is where Victor wants to get him right here. You don't want to go to 3-2. You know from yesterday that Patchy does have that power, so you don't want to throw him a cookie either. As Gonzalez gets into the stretch, here is the 2-2 pitch. It is downstairs, 3-2. And now what does this do with Dustin May, as they now just showed him? He's now, you know, facing the daunting task of trying to get this to a game 6. And even then, if you lose this game, you've still got to beat Fried and Anderson if you can't come back from this game. I mean, that's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough for these Dodgers. Here is the stretch by Victor. And the 3-2 pitch to Christian Patchy is swung on and hit just foul. And Victor fell down on the mound during that pitch. I don't know what it was, if it was trying to chase the ball or not, or if it was during the delivery. I think it was just him trying to get off the mound to chase that chopper. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Patchy, which is swung on, hit on the ground, up the middle, base hit. Here comes Riley. It is 7-1 Atlanta. Christian Patchy with an RBI single up the middle, and the Braves just do not stop. Here we are thinking, you know, do we need to go to Madsick? I don't think you need, you can go to Madsick now. You don't need Will Smith at this point, and now you can give him and Martin and Green possibly another day's rest. So if the Braves do have a lead in the 5th or 6th inning tomorrow, they can close this series out. And now it's demoralizing. Very demoralizing for the LA Dodgers right now. Here comes the pitch to Acuna, swung on and fell back. It looks like that wrist still may be bothering him a little bit. So 0-1. This Dodgers pen is getting torched. There's going to be a lot of believers in this Atlanta Braves team tonight, especially in this offense. Here comes the 0-1 to Acuna. It is called strike 2. Kershaw looking dejected. Here's the 0-2 to Acuna, swung on and missed. Out number 2. So now Freddie Freeman steps up. There's Wilson's mother in the stands. You know she's got to be happy about this. But then again, here we go. It's a 7-1 game. I mean, do we want to throw Wilson? Do we still want to throw Wilson? I think you let him pitch to Turner and then have him leave to a curtain call or standing ovation. Just my 2 cents. As my stream has frozen. Here we go. One and 0 to Freddie Freeman. As Tom Verducci's talking some kind of smack, I don't know what he's saying. As we have the 1-0 pitch to Freeman, which is outside ball 2. Marcell Ozuna is on deck, who helped get this rally started with the RBI double. Gonzalez into the stretch. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Freddie Freeman. Foul ball out of play. Or foul ball to the backstop, rather, I do believe. My microphone just died, so I had to reset it there. Here is the stretch by Gonzalez. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Freddie Freeman. Up and in, ball 3. Question for Atlanta is who do they pitch tomorrow in Game 5, up 3-1 as a 3-1 to Freddie Freeman is fouled off, 3-2. There's Ozuna getting ready in the on-deck circle in case Freddie Freeman were to reach. There's something different about this Atlanta Braves team, I'm telling you what. It's been a long time since the Braves fans have felt this. The stretch by Gonzalez. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Freddie Freeman, which is swung on, hit on the ground to second. Kike Hernandez is there, and the inning is mercifully over. The Braves played 6 runs and take a commanding 7-1 lead. With that bullpen, we're going to the 7th. back. We're starting the 7th inning here as the 6th inning really got out of hand for the Dodgers. Will Smith is now in the game. Nick Markakis now takes over in left field. Austin Riley will move to third base. 0-1 pitch is a strike. Should have cleared this off, but I got like 500 things that I'm doing right now at the same time. Will Smith a 2-0 record here in the regular season. Been very solid out of the pen for Atlanta. Here is the 0-2 pitch, Justin Turner, which is fouled off to the right side still. Actually, no, instead of they had it marked off there wrong. It was actually 0-2 instead of 1-1, so it's still 0-2 to Justin Turner as Will Smith looks in for the sign. Wind blowing at his back. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Justin Turner. Downstairs, ball one. The one thing I like about Will Smith with Atlanta is when he was with the Brewers and he got caught cheating, it was the Atlanta coaching staff that called him out. Of course, it was a different coaching staff because Freddie Gonzalez, best suited to be a third base coach, but not a baseball manager. But it was just kind of funny. The team that called him out for cheating signs him a few years later. Now he's pitching in an LCS game, trying to put him up 3-1. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Justin Turner. That ball is swung on and foul back. Some are going to question why not put Matzik or keep Wilson out there to keep our bullpen guys fresh. Well, we remember what happened the other day when the Braves had a 7-0 lead. The Dodgers know that they're not out here. They're not out of it. Dodgers in Game 3 had 16 runs on 15 hits so far in this game. 1 run on 1 hit, as you can clearly see. 1-2 pitch is fouled off again. Smith gets the sign, the stretch, and here comes the 1-2 pitch to Turner. Swung on and fouled back again. Here comes the 1-2 pitch now again to Turner, who is hanging strong here. Foul ball to the left side now. Turner trying to ignite a spark here, trying to get a rally going for the Dodgers. This is the time where they need to do it. I think this is gonna really be telling here in the pitch. I think Will Smith will be throwing an off-speeder here because he's been. Here's the 1-2 fastball up the middle, base hit. Justin Turner did his job. You gotta give him credit for that. So here come the Dodgers. You cannot count this team out, guys. So now we get into the left-handed meat of the order here, starting with good old Max Muncy here. That's their second hit of the ball game for the Dodgers. As Will Smith throws one outside, it's now 1-0. So just like last inning, how the Braves started with their rally, the Dodgers start with a single. And thankfully Turner didn't get hurt like Acuna did, stumbling over the base trying to beat out an infield chopper. The stretch, and the 1-0 pitch to Muncy is outside, ball 2. Will Smith kind of struggling here. Got a long way to go for the Dodgers as they, you don't want the Dodgers to score if you're a Braves fan here in the 7th, because then you're like, oh no, here we go again. A 7th inning rally and a 9th inning rally. Here's a 2-0 to Muncy. Outside, ball 3, 3-0. Will Smith's in a little bit of trouble here. How long do you go with Smith if he struggles? You don't go with him long. If he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. You're not going to wait around 5 batters to see. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Up high, ball 4. He walked him. If you're Will Smith, you just got to get back on the mound, and hey, worst case scenario, it's 7-4 at the end of this batter. You know, you still got to make him earn it, make him hit the ball. We've got Chris Martin warming up in the bullpen, former Texas Ranger. I'm sure he's liking the new digs there in Dallas. AJ Pollock is now up. Swung and lined. Just foul. Pollock was on that ball. Smith got it up and Pollock just ripped it, just foul down the left field line. This is the start to the inning the Dodgers wanted. Turner away from second. Max Muncy leading off of first. Will Smith goes into the stretch. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He's got to have it here. Curveball low. The Dodgers aren't going to make it easy. It doesn't matter if they're down 7-1 or 15-1. They didn't finish 47-13 for a reason, or 43-17 rather. I mean, they had the best record in baseball for a reason, and a lot of that had to do with the offense that they put out there, night in and night out. As AJ Pollock stands at a 1-1 count, hitting .261 for the postseason. Here is the stretch by Smith, and the 1-1 delivery. Pop foul back and out of play. Boy, strikeout would be real nice here for Atlanta. You got Cody Bellinger on deck. Heck, a double play will get you close to out of this inning with no harm done, but I think he's really aiming for the strikeout here. Will Smith looking in for the sign. Finds the pitch that he wants. And delivers the 1-2 pitch to AJ Pollock. Foul ball off to the left side near the Dodgers dugout. Smith is already at 17 pitches. I think once you get past Bellinger, you may opt to go with Martin to see if, depending on how many are outs here in the 7th. That foul ball almost catching Ron Washington, by the way, as he's sitting there in the dugout. You don't want to give that man a heart attack. He's nearing 70. There you go. They just gave him a glove. Awesome. So Ron Washington's sitting there with a catcher's mitt as Will Smith sets for the 1-2 pitch here. Foul ball again. You gotta like the snow quit attitude of the Dodgers. I mean, they plug away, plug away. Will Smith again. We're at 18 pitches now. Now Ron Washington, they're playing the World Series in Arlington. And you know, the 2011 team, they were one strike away. It would be really cool to see Ron Washington come back and win a World Series in that ballpark. As the 1-2 pitch from Smith is swung on and popped up, foul, out of play. Big pitch coming here. Will Smith, and against A.J. Pollock, the stretch. After he gets his sign and steps out. Will Smith once again. Trying to put away Pollock here with no one out here in the top half of the 7th. And the pitch. Popped up. Right side. Freddie Freeman over, but it's going to find its way into the seats. Still 1-2. Will Smith is already at 19 pitches. Well, actually 20 pitches. Smith again, as Martin's already looking like he's ready to go. It doesn't look like Smith is going to be completing this inning. He may get Bellinger, but that's it. As he now gets set again, and the 1-2 pitch to A.J. Pollock is swung on, hit high and deep to right field. Back goes Acuna. He's got it. A loud out, number 1. But tagging and going to third is Turner. That came within 5 feet of getting out of here and making this a ball game again. So yeah, it looks like Will Smith doesn't have his out pitch right now. I mean, he almost got burned right there by Pollock onto the opposite field. Now Cody Bellinger can make this a game with one swing of the bat. As Will Smith gets into his delivery. Slider, low, ball 1. Even a sacrifice fly for the Dodgers make them feel a little bit better here, but you only have somebody else to play with. 1-0 count to Bellinger. You definitely don't want to put him on and load the bases, because that you don't want to give the Dodgers that kind of momentum, as there's a slider on the outside. Ball 2. Smith needs to get something going here. Being 2-0 on Bellinger is not the place that you want to be. And this is where you can get burned, right here on this pitch. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and missed. He went for it all and came up empty. 94-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone. Just couldn't catch up to it. What a rip. Just got under the ball. Oh, this pretty much ensures that Smith will not be available tomorrow night. Whether it be a 3-1 or 2-2 series, it's definitely looking like he is going to exceed that pitch count. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Up high, ball 3. Smith wavering a little bit. It is a 3-1 count on Cody Bellinger. You don't want to give him anything too sweet. And ball 4 inside. The bases are loaded. That should spell the end of the night for Will Smith. As yes, here comes Brian Snitker, and we are going to be going to Chris Martin. Will Smith has been great for Atlanta all season. He can't be great every game. Giving up the single and walking 2. He did get the out, but let's see how Chris Martin fares heading into the bases loaded 1-out situation. So this is basically going to be the Dodgers' chance right here. This game was moving swiftly along. And then we got to the bottom of the 6th, and then here we are. Both teams getting in trouble on defense. But Chris Martin's coming in to put out the fire. It looks like why are people messaging me right now? Someone asking me, do I look like a cougar to you? I don't care, I'm watching a ball game. Here is Chris Martin, and it looks like the Dodgers are going to be going to a pinch hitter here. Chris Martin has struck out 3 and walked none here in this postseason so far. He's pitched 5 innings, only given up 1 earned run on 3 hits. So now Rios is actually going to stay in. They were thinking about using Will Smith to pinch hit for him, and which would have been an awesome matchup, by the way. Will Smith on Will Smith. Had Smith stayed in the game. Here's the first pitch to Rios. It is outside, ball 1. You get to this point in the game, you cannot get behind these Dodgers hitters. They will make you pay. Here is the 1-0 pitch to Mr. Rios. It is a fastball swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Rios has been a pleasant surprise for the Dodgers here in this LCS, generating that pop that helped get that rally started yesterday to pretty much put the game away before Atlanta even had a chance to hit. as Will Smith looks on, hoping that his ERA is going to stay right where it is when this inning is over. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed, 0-2, 87 mile an hour change of pace. It was a splitter, and it had some good dive to it, just avoided the bat of Rios. Chris Martin looks intently in. He is going through the stretch. 1-2 pitch to Adam, or not Adam, but Rios is hit on the ground. I don't know why I wanted to call him Adam there. His name is Edwin, ladies and gentlemen, not Adam. The Braves, 8 outs away from entering the most important game since 1999, as Bellinger leads off first. Muncy, very casual lead off a second, and Turner takes his lead down the third baseline as Martin delivers the 1-2 pitch, which is fouled off of d'Arnaud. So we will keep battling. A strikeout would be very big here. But then again, a ground ball to either Albies or Swanson would be even better. As Dave Roberts looks on, can't tell what his emotions are because the mask is covering his face. Well, at least he won't get fined. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Edwin Rios. It's a fastball and it's hit high and deep, but guess what? Patchy's got it. Tagging and scoring is Turner. Going to third is Muncy, and he will make it right there. So the Dodgers get a run back. It is now 7-2. And there are now 2 out in the inning. If you're the Atlanta Braves, you'll take that every day. Get that second out, and no damage done, really. As d'Arnaud has a meeting on the mound here with Martin, talking about how to pitch to A.J. Pollock. Oh no, now we've got a pinch hitter. It is Matt Martin. Now up to bat, getting that righty on lefty matchup. First and third, 2 out. Atlanta is breathing a tiny bit easier, but they still got to get that final out of the inning. Oh, it's Matt Beatty. Matt Beatty, excuse me. I got to follow the Dodgers more, y'all. Matt Beatty was hit by a pitch in his only at bat in the postseason as he takes a strike, 0-1. They're just trying to toughen him up, that's all. They're getting him ready for this at bat. If the Dodgers come away with this with only 1 run, that's still a major loss on their part, as Beatty gets ready for the 0-1 pitch from Chris Martin. And it is outside, ball 1. Like I said, Chris Martin, former Ranger, as well as Darren O'Day out of the bullpen. Darren O'Day also part of that 2011 team that was just 1 strike away from winning a world title with Ron Washington. So it would be kind of poetic if they did something major here, as the 1-1 pitch to Beatty is swung on and fouled back, going 1-2 here. Bellinger and Swanson giving each other pleasantries as Bellinger goes back to first base. Martin gets into the side, the stretch. And the 1-2 pitch to Oh, Beatty, way high, way high. It's 2-2. I don't even think I would have swung at that. Bellinger with his lead off of first. Muncy off of third. The stretch and time called by the home plate umpire. The stretch by Martin. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Matt Beattie. Pop foul and out of play. All right now. Everybody picking the Houston Astros, or not Houston Astros, but the Tampa Bay Rays to win earlier, and that did not happen. Everyone was picking the Dodgers to win tonight. That doesn't look like that's happening. So it just goes to show you, you could get paid good money to be wrong. Here is the stretch by Martin, trying to put away Beattie with the 2-2 pitch, and it is in the dirt. And that is enough for Bellinger to move to a second, I do believe. No, he did. So now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Will Smith kind of has that towel wrapped around his neck, looking on nervously. This is the pitch you need to make right here if you are Chris Martin, and you could make it a 7-4 game if you're Matt Beattie. So this is a lot riding on this pitch right here. The stretch by Martin. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Oh, at inside, ball 4. I don't think I agree with that call. Looking at the replay, it was at the knees. If you called the strike that you did on Acuna earlier in the game, that pitch was lower than the knees. This one to Beattie was at the knees. Will Smith is not liking it. Chris Martin does not like it. Quite frankly, I don't agree with the call either, but I am not the umpire. As Kranitz comes out to the mound. As my buddy just messaged me, that was strike 3. Boy, the Dodgers don't make it easy. Now, we do have Will Smith up to bat now. .219 batting average here in the postseason. The first pitch to Smith is called a ball low. That ball was right there at the knees over the plate. Snicker needs to start getting heated now. As the umpire has closed off the strike zone to Chris Martin here, here's a 1-0 pitch. Line foul. 1-1. Martin has been doing a pretty good job here, but unfortunately it seems like he's getting squeezed right now. As Beattie leads off of first. Will Smith digging in. This man has been very under the radar when it comes to the clutch moments here in postseason play, so you cannot take him lightly. Here is the stretch. The 1-1 pitch from Martin is popped foul and out of play, 1-2. If the Braves go and give up 1 run in this inning and get out of it, consider that a big victory for them. But then again, Will Smith has the ability to make this a 7-6 game really quickly. Will Seager eagerly waiting in the dugout with his batting helmet on, hoping to get a chance here in this inning, which would bode very well for his Dodgers. Smith again gets ready here as Martin comes set and delivers the 1-2 pitch, slider outside. But why did that out total go away? Here we go with Martin. Looking in again for the sign. We may see Martin Melanson in tonight. I'm just saying. I'm thinking we're going to call that. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Smith. Up the middle. Caught by Albies, and the inning is over. Wow. The jam has been... Ooh. It was tough for the Atlanta Braves, but they escaped with their lives. Chris Martin giving a nice little shout as he's marching back to the dugout. The Braves are now 6 outs away from going up 3-1 in the series, but the Dodgers had a little something going there, so you got to think that they may have a little momentum heading into the 8th inning. But all that noise just to get 1 run, though. They only got 1 hit, though. One of those, they had 2 walks, a hit. But yeah, bases loaded, 1 out in the postseason. The offense that you have with the Dodgers, just to score 1 run from like that, that's debilitating. So now, you may see Shane Green come in. You may, I think this was just a tiny bit mismanaged by Snicker, but they're out of the inning. That's all right. When this ball game here is over, I will stop the live stream and we will go to, I will see what the analysts have to say. I'm pretty sure they're going to be changing their tune after this game. You know, knowing that Kershaw was up here, you know, ready to tie the series, and the Braves offense tagged him too. So Walker Buehler may be coming back to, well, no, I think he'll be alright for Game 6. Dustin May, how short a leash is he going to be on tomorrow? It may be the same thing, you know, because you know he wasn't going to be able to go long if he started getting tagged early on in the game. So if Dustin May doesn't get the job done tomorrow, then it may be another bullpen game for LA, and that just does not work out well for them. They are behind the 8 ball big time now in this series. Frustrations building in for LA. Will Smith giving Chris Martin a hug. Getting him out of the inning like that was big as ball 1 to Ozuna as a new pitcher for the Dodgers. Dylan Floro in relief here, facing Ozuna, as here comes the 1-0 pitch. And you know Atlanta won't stop swinging, so there's a calling strike on the inside corner. So some defensive changes now. You've got Floro in, you've got Beatty at first base now. Max Muncy now shifts to second, and AJ Pollock moves to left field. from the catching position to allow Will Smith to catch, and there is a drive to center field. Back goes Bellinger. This ball is gone. Off the batter's eye, and it's 8-2 Atlanta. There goes your momentum, LA. Ozuna, you knew he was going to catch fire here at some point, and he has here in game number 4, taking Kershaw deep earlier in the 4th inning rather, but then now taking Dylan Floro deep here in the 7th rather. And so now the 0-1 pitch to Darno is on the outside. It is now 1-1. Dustin May looking on, knowing what he's got to do tomorrow. Not a lot of happy faces in that Dodgers dugout, obviously. Even they think coming into this game that they knew that this was more likely going to be a 2-2 series if Kershaw was on. But what they didn't anticipate was that Bryse Wilson was going to match him pitch for pitch. The sinker was working. He had that fastball going. Just unbelievable stuff from Bryse Wilson as Darno takes the ball down the low. Floro again with the wind. As they show Max Fried looking on, and here's the pitches on the outside corner. Darno is out on strikes. One gone. Here's the first pitch to Albies, outside ball 1. Outside ball 2. Yeah, the Dodgers chipped away, trying to, get back into this game, and they only got 1 run, and that 1 run was erased on 1 swing of Ozuna's bat. Here's the 2-0 pitch, which is swung on and missed. A lot of doom and gloom in LA tonight. You can only imagine the flack that Kershaw's gonna hear, but they have been underrating this Bryce offense all year. This offense is on par with what the Dodgers have done all season. That's the 2-1 to Ozzie. It's chopped to second. Tough play for Seager as he comes over from the shift and got him, I think. We're going to take a look at that because I know that was really close. As they show the replay of Ozuna's home run. Right off the garage door there. Looks like the garage door. As Ozuna poses for the selfie, rounding third base on the replay. It's a good way to get hit by a pitch tomorrow. Okay, so here's Dansby Swanson. They're not going to challenge that. It is ball 1 low to Swanson. 8 runs, 12 hits for Atlanta. 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error for the Dodgers. It is now 2-0 on Dansby Swanson. Here's a 2-0 pitch. It is on the outside corner for a strike. A legitimate strike. Those borderline calls have gone the way of the Dodgers, but the Braves did not let that get to them. They're just they keep attacking. Swung on and missed, 2-2. So now, I think innings 6 and 7 have gone on just as long as 1 through 5 have. As Swanson awaits the 2-2 pitch from Floro, which is swung on and missed, strike 3. So the Braves get that 1 run back. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors. And nobody left on. We've played 7, folks. 8-2 Atlanta. The series has not gone the way that people had thought, and I think in the same way for now the Tampa series. Everybody thought that Tampa was going to sweep after that 3-0, and they're like, well, they're going to get the rest of their starters for the World Series. We may go to 7 now with Tampa and Houston, and now Atlanta's on the verge of going up 3-1 and being on the verge of being able to clinch first, which would just be absolutely insane. But Kershaw may not be able to go too much more in the series because, you know, with Game 4, Game 5, Game 6, I mean, you would be talking about Kershaw going on 2 days rest, and that if he's pitching Game 7, if it goes that far. So Buehler's got to be on his game in Game 6. May's got to get it to Game 6 tomorrow. And as we saw today with Bryse Wilson, you can never underestimate these rookie pitchers for the Braves. Just because they're new, they don't have a big track record, it doesn't mean that they're going to just roll over. As Mookie Betts now starts off the top half against Matzek, or Maztek, however you pronounce this man's name. He has 1-0 with a 9 strikeout, 1 walk ratio in the postseason. He's only given up 3 hits in 5 1/3 innings, so he has been very effective. As Mookie Betts takes a strike on the inside corner, it's 1-1. Big out to get right here. The Braves kind of need to establish that dominance on the mound again, as the 7th inning was a very shaky one for them. Don't want to give the Dodgers any more hope here, as Matzek plasters the inside corner. It's 1-2. The day after scoring 15 runs on 16 hits, as Betts takes the ball high, the Dodgers have only mustered 2 runs on 2 hits. Every bit of momentum is now gone for the LA Dodgers. The identity of this series has now completely shifted back into the favor of the Braves as Mookie Betts has swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Mastic gets a very big out. Number 1. Mastic now setting up to face Corey Seager as breaking pitch bounces right off the umpire. Darno making sure that the umpire's okay. Says he's good. Ball 1. Got a good chunk of them there, but it seems to be okay. Looks like it got him up high. Here is the stretch by Mastic, and here's the 1-0 pitch to Seager. It is just high. Ball 1. Pitch to Seager. Gotta let him hit it. Can't walk him. Swung on and popped him up. Exactly what they needed to do. Austin Riley calling for it and making the catch. 2 down. Mookie Betts with the look of bewilderment in the dugout. Just kind of had that. He's got that 50-yard stare. As Mastic or Matzik. Matzik, M-A-T-Z-E-K, for keeping track at home. Justin Turner now, single in the 7th, and came around to score on a sacrifice fly. Cody Bellinger looks to be deep in thought right now as the Dodgers are now facing a 3-1 hole in the series. First pitch up high to Turner, 1-0. Almost clipped that left shoulder, but no harm done. You would figure if Matzik gets through this inning right here, you'll see him again in the 9th to save Melanson in a 6-run game. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike to even the count. Jock Peterson sitting there with his hoodie. Here's a stretch by Matzik, and the 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. Matzik again gets a sign, gets into the stretch. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Turner. Swung on, line drive down the left field line. Turner continues to rake. He'll be at second base with 2 out. Again, this goes back to the beginning when I was talking about getting ahead of these Dodger hitters. You get down 2-0, 2-1. I mean, they're not going to wait. They're not going to make you throw a strike. They're going to assume that you're going to put one in the zone, and they're going to rake it just like Turner did right there. So now Max Muncy steps up to the plate with a chance to cut this lead to 8-4 or 8-3 with a base hit. All right, let's see if the Dodgers can keep this line moving. As Max Muncy awaits the first pitch from Matzik, here it is. A curveball, beautiful pitch on the lower half of the plate, it's 0-1. Max Muncy 3 for 11 in this series, but 2 of those hits have left the building for a good bit of damage. One of those being a grand slam yesterday in Game 3. Matzik back again with the 0-1 pitch. Here it is, and it is another curveball, but this one floats outside. Matzik not laboring too hard. half of the 8th inning approaching us. It looks like the Braves will be coming up at the bottom of their order. Meanwhile, the Dodgers will probably be doing the same if they don't get Muncy on here. There'll be their 5, 6, and 7 hitters, which will be Peterson, Bellinger, and Rios. So Matzik may be, set for 2 innings here. Usually made for long relief. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Muncy. It is a fastball outside. Dodgers trying again, to make a little noise here in the later innings. Trying to chip into this lead. Any little bit helps for him at this point. As Mastek gets his sign from Darno and delivers the 2-1 pitch to Muncy, which is a curveball, called strike, sweeps across the zone on the outside corner. And now, decision time for Matzik. What do you want to go with here? That curveball looks mighty devilish right now, so I say you stick with the soft stuff. 2-2 pitch to Muncy. The fastball swung on and missed. He struck him out, and that is going to end the inning. Braves are 3 outs away from going up 3-1 in the series. Bottom 8, here we come. You look at Tampa Bay now, and thinking with the Tampa Bay pitching, they had everything set up with that 3-0 lead, and now thinking that you can rest Snell and Glass now and get them, maybe for a 1-2 punch here in games 1 and 2 of the World Series if they made it. Basically now find themselves, 1 game away from being tied at 3-3. So the National League team that comes out of this NLCS, I mean, the Dodgers aren't dead. They're only down 3-1. They're not dead. I mean, even ask the Atlanta Braves fans back in '96 when they were down 3-1 to the Cardinals. As Austin Riley steps up on an 0-1 pitch here. Here's Floro's delivery, and it is now 1-1. pitch to Austin Riley, a good sinking fastball. A good sinker in general. Didn't really look that fast. It is now 1-2 on Austin Riley. Ground ball foul. So now Floro is at 21 pitches. Here is the 1-2 pitch to Austin Riley, which is downstairs with the breaking ball. Riley swings and misses. Strike 3. So now how long does Roberts want to stick with Floro here? He's already at 23 pitches. Fastball outside corner, strike 1 to Markakis, who now is taking his first at bat. Nick Markakis is the longest tenured player in Major League Baseball that has not reached the World Series. Those prospects of that streak ending are looking very good by the out, and Walker Buehler is now warming up in the Dodger bullpen, but you can't really think that's anything to do with him coming into the game, but maybe just getting some work in. I mean, putting him in an 8-2 game is just practically useless at this point, so he's just getting some work done. Here is Markakis' 0-2 pitch, and it is outside, ball 1. Outside, ball 2. Floro just walking around the mound a little bit. Nice fan there with a Smoltz jersey, a Smoltz World Series jersey. Pretty cool 2-2 pitch to Nick Markakis. Swung on, hit high in the air to right. Mookie Betts had him shaded over to right center field, but he runs over to make the catch. 2 down. Now Christian Patchy is up to the plate. So now here begs the question, do you go back with Buehler for Game 5? An elimination game, but then at that point, then you've spent your ace. Besides Kershaw, Kershaw won't be back in this series unless you want to put him on 2 days rest. Randy Johnson did that one time in the 01 World Series, so ground ball, left side, what a stop by Seager, throws the first in time and the inning is over. So here we go, guys. Oh no, did he drop it? No, he dropped it. Okay then. It looked like he made the play. No, the ball popped out of his glove. Oh wow. I guess nothing is routine in this league. That is going to be the second error of the night for the Dodgers. They almost have as many errors as they do hits. Usually mistake-free baseball is going to win you the games here in the most important times of the year, as Acuna takes a ball and pushes Floro past 31 pitches. So you know, the question for his availability tomorrow is going to be up in the air. So since it's a side day, but let me ask my Bryse buddy here. I mean, Buehler on 3 days rest. Buehler has not beaten Atlanta in the playoffs. He lost Game 3 of the NLDS. Alright, so where are we at on our count here? We have a 2-1 count. We have a 3-1 count. As that error from Matt Beattie continues to drive up the pitch count for Dylan Floro, who may not see action tomorrow, but I think if Dustin May gets in trouble early, they're going to go to Buehler on 3 days rest. I mean, they have to save their season. And that's ball 4 to Acuna, and so we've got runners on first and second now. And now with Freddie Freeman up, this could get really interesting. But the Atlanta offense is hot right now, so if Kershaw can't cut it, and you know, how well is May going to do tomorrow? The Atlanta Braves are known for being a fastball hitting team, so it doesn't matter how hard you're going to throw it. As it looks like they may be going to the bullpen here. This will push the Atlanta Braves to 8-1 this postseason. If they can get these last 3 outs, they can pretty much put this thing to bed with another base hit. Says, how is YouTube today? Well, YouTube's just fine. We now have So Jake McGee is now relieving Floro, who you really can't blame for the continuation of this inning. Facing the lefty-lefty matchup here with Freddie Freeman, but we all know Freddie hits lefties as well as righties, so this is just, you know, a useless move in a chess match to me. And the pitch to Freeman fouled away 0-1. Three out of the 4 games this series, the Braves have scored 8 runs, well, 5 runs or more from that 5-1, and they scored 8 times and twice in these 2 games, in these 4 games rather. So 50% of the time the Atlanta Braves have scored 8 runs. That's gonna get you somewhere if you're Atlanta. Ball 2 outside. Freddie Freeman takes one up and in. Ball 2. Bryse Wilson looking on. So the Braves set up perfectly now with their rotation. They can go with Fried and Anderson on full rest in 6 and 7 with a chance to close out the series. At the 2-1 pitch, Freeman is swung on, hit on the ground towards first, but foul. 2, 2, and 2. 2 on, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuce is running wild here. So you can go Buehler on short rest tomorrow if you have to, if May gets in trouble, which would allow Gonsolin to go in game 6 on 3 days rest. Ball 3 to Freddie Freeman. And then, you know, you'd have to go with Urias on 3 days rest in game 7. It all comes down to May tomorrow on how this series is going to play out. It's all on his shoulders. Young kid with a lot on him. Line drive, left center field. That's going to be a base hit. Around third comes Patchy. And it is now a 9-2 Atlanta game. And Freddie Freeman giving a wave to his little boy there in the stands. That's kind of cute. The Dodgers came into this game rolling. You know, starting in that game 2 comeback, that offense puts up 15 as Ozuna fouls the ball back. It's 0-1. Acuna went to third on that play. They had everything going for them, though, these Dodgers. But the offense wasn't there. Bryse Wilson shut them down. And as ball 1-2, Ozuna sails high. The Atlanta offense chased Kershaw in the 6th and is now burning through this LA bullpen here as Shane Green and Mark Melancon are warming up in the Atlanta pen. You probably won't see Melancon, as that will be an unearned run because of Matt Beattie as ball 2 sails outside. Ozuna patiently waits here for the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back on the right side. It's now 2-2. Everybody talking about the bullpens, how both bullpens were great. Both bullpens have been beaten around in this series, especially the Braves bullpen yesterday. But they kind of gotten back under control today. In a game that was supposed to be a throwaway game for Atlanta because of the mismatch in the starting pitching. That's why I say it's always important to play the game. It's never won on paper. Here's the 2-2 to Ozuna, which is swung on and fouled back. games are never won on paper, guys. Everybody had the Dodgers winning this ball game and turning this series up on its head. Now, the series may be over sooner than you think, and if the Atlanta Braves win this series in 5, you'd have to figure they are the favorites going into the series with the Astros or the Rays. With the offense that they have right now, not many people can stop them. If this Dodgers staff can't stop them, not a chance. As chopper foul for Ozuna again, working up McGee's pitch count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on in inning number 8. Don't mind that 0 by the 9 in the innings. I thought the inning was over, but as the replays show that the bat came around and almost hit Smith, but I don't think it did. Came close though. Here's a 2-2. Way up high. It's ball 3. 3 and 2. Alright, here's the moment of truth. I mean, this is just more pitches taxed to that Dodger pen. Here's the payoff pitch. Line drive, center field, base hit. It is now 10-2 Atlanta. Freddie Freeman goes to third. Boy, people who didn't watch this game, after listening to the storylines, if they wake up tomorrow morning and they see a 10-2 final score for Atlanta, whew. Guys, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say it now. This is a World Series team. Without a doubt, the Atlanta Braves in 2020 are a World Series team. After what they're doing to the Dodgers pitching staff as d'Arnaud swings and misses 0-1. I mean, this could be the team to beat right now. I mean, this is the same thing that the Dodgers did the other day. You know, hit late and carry it over. See if you can carry it over to the next game as d'Arnaud swings and misses. It's 0-2. So another 20 pitches. This is 20 extra pitches because, almost 20 extra pitches because of an error by McGee at first base. Not McGee, but Beatty. I'm looking at McGee on the screen. Here's the pitch. It's pop foul and out of play. And now they show Beatty. I mean, that's a tough one to take. I mean, they should have been out of this inning 15 minutes ago, it seems like, and now, with just one error, you're taxing more pitches onto this bullpen, which can have a major effect going on, especially if you are now down. As d'Arnaud swings and sends a fly ball, shallow right, Betts giving chase, calling everybody else off. Muncy gives way, and the inning is finally over. But not before 2 more runs come in to score. Pitching duel has turned into a blowout. It is 10-2 Atlanta. Alright, in the chat, let's hear it. How surprised are you by this game? How surprised are you by this series so far? Gotta hate my allergies. First pitch of the ninth is a called strike. 0-1. AJ Pollock up to bat. And a called strike 2. 0-2 on Pollock. We saved most of the bullpen tonight, so as there's a ground ball foul. Still 0-2 on Pollock. As Edwin Rios looks on. As his buddy AJ Pollock steps back in with an 0-2 count, Shane Green comes set and will deliver this 0-2 pitch right now. Slider outside. Good bite to it. Shane Green does have some filthy stuff. Definitely a good move last year bringing him over from Detroit and bolstering that bullpen. I mean, Anthopoulos has done an amazing job putting together this bullpen with Melanson coming over from San Francisco, getting Chris Martin from Texas, getting Will Smith from San Francisco this offseason. I mean, 1-2 pitch, slider, popped him straight up. Darno says he's got it, and Darno does have it. One out here in the ninth. I'm sorry if I gave you false hope by having those base runners on there. Cody Bellinger now steps up. 0 for 2. He walked in the 7th though, and he stole a base. 3 for 15 in this series. That's not going to get it done if the Dodgers are looking to live past this series, as he takes a strike. 0-1 from Shane Green. Shane Green's got some nice late cutting action to his fastball, and that slider's pretty filthy too, so it's going to be a tall task to get something off of him in one of these close games if it comes down to it. As Shane Green peers in for the sign, gets set, and is now ready to deliver the 0-1 pitch. Slider with a lot of movement outside, inside for ball 1. This was a great game heading into the 6th inning, but then the Braves just blew it wide open on Kershaw. Kershaw just kept getting behind on hitters and couldn't get anybody out, and Atlanta just kept the parade going. As Bellinger awaits the 1-1 pitch here. Fastball outside, even the fastball's got some late tail to it. Edwin Rios waiting in the on-deck circle. Green shakes off a couple signs and now finds the one he wants and delivers a 2-1 pitch, which is swung on and crushed to deep right center field. Back goes Patchy. He's there though at the wall. 2 down in the 9th. Any other day, any other ballpark, that ball is gone. But the wind may have held that up. As now they show the wind on replay. Clayton, well not Clayton, but look at Cody Bellinger. He rounds first base and he's like, what? I mean, he got so much of that ball. But now we're down to 1 out away. And Edwin Rios is the last hope for the LA Dodgers as he takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Shane Green only expending 10 pitches so far in this inning. So I told my Braves buddy that any other ballpark and that ball was gone for sure. He just hit it to the wrong part of the park. The stretch by Shane Green. Here is the 1-1 pitch to Rios. Good cutting movement on that slider on the outside corner. It's 1-2. Now the Dodgers are down to their final strike for the night. As I just dropped my way of conveying the information to you here through video. Clayton Kershaw just kind of looking disheveled right now. Dustin May ready to go tomorrow as the 1-2 pitch from Shane Green is swung on and fouled off and staying alive. Dustin May getting his hair blown around by that wind. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on, ground ball to Freeman. He's got it, he puts it to the bag himself, and the Atlanta Braves are 1 win away from going to the World Series. Final score, the Atlanta Braves 10, the LA Dodgers 2. We will wrap this up here in a little bit. I'm going to stop and listen to the analysis of this game from our experts at Fox who picked LA to win. But teams up in the 3-1 in a best-of-7 series are usually going on to win. The majority of the time, they're 74-13 all time. So the Dodgers are up against history, but we will come back and we will wrap this up for you.